All right, we're going to start here with something that happens in this line of work. You hear about a star passing, you post the story, and then it's really interesting to see how people respond, what the audience remembers about the star. For Cloris Leachman, oh, she made me laugh so hard. So many remarks about that kind of thing. Last night, when I posted about Hal Holbrook, the death of the actor in Beverly Hills at 95 years of age, the reactions were all the same. He was so good. Here's what a morning news viewer, his name is Corey, posted. Don't even know what to say. Hal Holbrook was a titan and one of the greatest talents of the 20th century in any medium. The embodiment of a character actor, one of my sincere favorites. I'm heartbroken, and understandably so. So much great work on TV and in the movies, but his signature role, a role he performed literally thousands of times, a one-man show where Hal Holbrook became Mark Twain. Look.
Now, I've never taken any exercise except sleeping and resting. I could never see any benefit in being tired. When the urge to exercise comes over me, I lie down until it passes away.
He performed that one-man show all over the country, all over the world, thousands of times. I remember seeing it here. It was absolutely remarkable. He also had many memorable roles in movies. This clip is very dark, deliberately so. Hal Holbrook played Deep Throat in All the President's Men.
In a conspiracy like this, you build from the outer edges and you go step by step. If you shoot too high and miss, everybody feels more secure. You put the investigation back months.
Yes, we know that. And if we're wrong, we're resigning. Were we wrong?
You'll have to find that out, won't you?
You cannot overstate how good Hal Holbrook was at what he did. 5 Emmy Awards, an Oscar nomination when he was 82 for Into the Wild. And in 1972, a movie called That Certain Summer, probably the first time mainstream culture, television, ever dealt with the idea of somebody being gay. It was a remarkable, remarkable movie, a remarkable performance, a remarkable life. I really miss and am sad to learn about the death of Hal Holbrook.
We have some breaking news. Hollywood is mourning the loss of a legendary actor tonight. Hal Holbrook has died. And now Eyewitness News reporter George Pinocchio joins us now live with more on Holbrook's long career. George?
Okay, thank you, David. Simply put, Hal Holbrook was a master class in acting and an American showbiz treasure. The New York Times confirming tonight he died on January 23rd at the age of 95. Hal Holbrook won a Tony in 1966 for his solo show Mark Twain Tonight. It's something he started performing in 1954 and continued doing into the 2000s at venues all over the country. It's a show that he absolutely loved. He even brought Twain to television with an Emmy nomination for his work. He earned 12 Emmy nods in his career with several wins, including one for playing Abraham Lincoln. Now, TV audiences may remember him for his role on The Sopranos. He made a guest appearance, or maybe Sons of Anarchy, but his television resume was a long one, including a regular role on Evening Shade, guest starring with his wife Dixie Carter on Designing Women, and then the miniseries North and South, both parts 1 and 2. Late in life, Holbrook was honored with an Oscar nomination for his poignant work in the 2008 drama Into the Wild. One of my most memorable interviews ever was with Hal, going up to his house and talking about that nomination, his long career, and his life with Dixie, who watched lovingly nearby as her husband celebrated that big honor, so thrilled for his success. And I am thrilled to have that memory. Moving on. We are remembering one of the greats today, actor Hal Holbrook. He was at home on stage, on TV, or in the movies, and he was celebrated for his work in all 3 of those platforms. He has a Tony, 5 Emmys, an Oscar nomination, and boy, oh boy, we loved him. He died on January 23rd, but his news was not made public until last night. What a legacy he leaves behind.
God made idiots first. That was for practice. Then he made Congress.
Hal Holbrook won the Tony for playing Mark Twain in his one-man show, Mark Twain Tonight. It's a role he would play for some 6 decades at venues all around the country. When he brought it to television, Hal got his first of 12 Emmy nominations. He would eventually win 5 of those trophies during his career. One for the miniseries Lincoln.
Give us a legal verdict, one we can all sleep with in all the nights to come.
Holbrook's work on television was a constant. He broke ground in 1972 playing a gay man struggling to come out to his son in That Certain Summer. He starred in North and South, books 1 and 2. In the 80s, he'd pop up opposite his wife Dixie Carter on several episodes of Designing Women. And in the 90s, he was a regular on the TV comedy Evening Shade.
Hey, Grandpa, you got any granola?
No, I don't have any granola. I don't even know what it is.
His work on the big screen included starring opposite Clint Eastwood in 1973's Magnum Force. 3 years later, he was Deep Throat in the now classic All the President's Men.
You tell me what you know, and I'll confirm.
In the 80s, he appeared in another high-profile film, Wall Street. Perhaps the movie experience of his life came in the 2007 Sean Penn-directed film, Into the Wild. His poignant portrayal of an elderly widow who befriends a young traveler earned him a Best Supporting Oscar nomination. The role meant the world to him.
I've been waiting for a chance to do a role like this for years and years and years, but they never let me get out of a pinstripe suit. What do you say? You let me adopt you. I could be, say, your grandfather. And I thought, Holbrook, your time has come.
While he didn't win the Oscar, he did win something else for that role, getting other work in other projects, and that in itself was a victory. Live from home, George Pinocchio, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
So word that award-winning actor Hal Holbrook died last month in Beverly Hills, California. He won 5 Emmys and a Tony and gained movie fame as Deep Throat in the 1976 Watergate thriller All the President's Men. But he may be best known as Mark Twain in a one-man show that spanned 6 decades.
When the urge to exercise comes over me, I lie down until it passes away. Now, as for drinking, I have very strict rules about that. When others drink, I like to help.
Hal Holbrook was 95 years old.
And Designing Women star Dixie Carter were married for 25 years until she died of cancer back in 2010. And now with the news of Hal's passing, we can only imagine that these two are together again.
She's a beautiful sight, isn't she?
She sure is.
She is a beautiful, beautiful sight.
I think it's good to have married Hal Holbrook, probably. I recommend it for anybody who can get him.
Hal told us over the years his greatest roles in life were father and husband to the love of his life, Dixie, who he wed in 1984.
Well, my greatest interest, aside from fooling around with Dixie, are we fool around with our children a lot.
The 95-year-old screen and stage legend passed away at his home January 23rd.
Mr. Hal Holbrook.
E.T. was on set of Designing Women with the couple in 1988. Hal played Dixie's on-screen boyfriend for 4 seasons.
I trust all of you have heard the news of our recent nuptials.
In 2008, at 82 years old, he made history as the oldest man to receive an acting Oscar nomination for his role in Into the Wild.
I'm gonna miss you when you go.
And there was no bigger cheerleader than Dixie.
Pure, unadulterated, gorgeous. It was like Mozart.
Come on in.
I don't like looking down one of those.
One thing I knew, when I got this job, I was secretly very happy about one thing. I knew that I would finally be in a movie that people would see. I knew one thing was sure. This was a movie everybody was going to see and say, hey, I saw you in the movie, you know, more specialized. But this one, everybody was going to see.
The winner of the Best Lead Actor category Emmy in a drama is Hal Holbrook for Pueblo ABC Theater.
Thank you. Would you believe that I have to get up at 4:30 in the morning to make up for Abraham Lincoln? I thought that was going to be very funny. You see, I'm going to stick to the heavy stuff.
So do we, Fur. Arthur? Agreed. Ben? Then I have nothing to add.
They're grown-ups. It's gotten too big. It's in the hands of grown-ups.
What about our families? They're flying back from the Cape to Houston. They're all together on the plane. No, you're not serious.
Brew, don't make me.
You son of a bitch, tell me.
They're on the plane together, goddammit. You want it in writing? There's a device. It's on the plane, too. There's some people, if I don't give them the all-clear signal, they'll explode it. Don't you understand? It doesn't have to be like this. You have to help.
Now you, the men of Capricorn 1, have shown us how wonderful we can be by showing us how high we can reach. You have crossed the last great frontier, and you have shown us what we are. People of different colors and religions and ideologies, however, a single people. You are the basic truth in us. You are the reality. We will never let you down, and we will always be grateful.
I miss my home and family and my fireside and the cats. I like cats. They're quieter than children. I like everything about cats except their singing voices. We have one, a Presbyterian soprano. She's partial to hymns. Sings Old 100 on a picket fence every night out back of the house. It's useless to shout at her. She takes it for applause and tries harder. But a cat is a fine animal. If you could cross a man with a cat, you'd improve the man. And deteriorate the cat.